Hey kids, so today I'm going to show you how to light a campfire, in case that's something you've never done before. The main thing you want to do is kind of make sure there's lots of air circulating with it. You don't want to smother it, so there's just a little bit you want to play with when you're first getting it started. But before we do that, I have a dad joke for you. What did the millennial say after he started the campfire? That's so lit. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, so the way that I do this is I normally take a decent sized log and stick it like that, okay, on the bottom, and then you want to use some newspaper, something kind of light, right? Cardboard might work, but I want to keep the air flowing, so something like that. And a rolled up newspaper would work good too. Okay, something like that. And then you want to have some kindling. An important part of this too is having dry wood. You want to make sure you have dry wood to get started. Okay, so we both basically just go like that. And then I have my fancy lighter to get it going. And you just want to make sure that you got good airflow. That's kind of the main thing, is having good airflow. Because if you smother it, it's not going to work. Okay. Okay, I think this kindling's fairly dry, so it's good to have that going good. Okay. Okay. So as long as that wood's dry, it'll work good like that. And again, you want to just keep the air flowing. And then once that starts heating up, it'll go down there and there'll be nice embers, and then it's easy to keep it going after that. So. Once this big log gets going, then it's going to be real easy to keep it going too. Okay. We're rolling pretty good right now already, so. And see how I'm kind of keeping the air flowing. You want to make sure that air's flowing. Okay. When you start seeing too much smoke, that means that the air's not flowing real well. Okay. And then once these bigger logs start to heat up and burn, then they'll fall down there, and then this kindling only lasts for so long. Once this starts going, then you're golden, and you can just let it go all night, and you can even start putting wood on there that's not too not as dry. Okay. All right, so that's about it. And then you don't necessarily want to roast the marshmallows just yet. You want to do that. You want to wait till everything's kind of hot and it's an ember, right? There's embers down there, rather than the flames, because if you roast them in the flames, then they'll catch on fire, and that's when your s'mores won't come out near as good. Okay, So I'll let this burn for a little while, and then I'll come back and we'll roast some marshmallows and make some s'mores. Okay, so now that we have it kind of going pretty well, I've added another log here in the middle, and then you want to kind of have a little bit of a gap here, right? Just right along there to kind of encourage the air to flow. You don't want them too close, but you don't want them too far away. And then the air just kind of comes up on each side of them, and then you're good. And we can put another log across here, and then just kind of keep it going. So as you go, we'll add another log, especially if you're just going to hang out at the campfire all night and you want to keep it going. You can just put this across this way now, okay? And then it'll start burning up alongside that, okay? So that's all there is to it. I'm going to let this go for a little while and get the embers going, and then that's how we really want to roast the marshmallows, because again, if you stick it in the flame, it's going to catch on fire. I mean, I guess some people like that, but I don't. I like to make it's kind of a challenge to see how good you can make that marshmallow, make it nice and brown, golden brown, instead of having it light on fire. But if you're in a hurry, you can just stick it in there and have it light on fire if you want to. So anyway, we'll come back once we start roasting marshmallows. Okay, so we're preparing our s'mores now. The fire's not quite ready, but I figured I'd just show you this in case you've never done this before. So you just need some graham crackers, right? Break those in half and get those already ready. Okay. And the way we usually do it is we just stick the marshmallow on the stick, right? Stick a couple on there. One is usually fine, okay? But we usually kind of do this with some teamwork. So we have a few people roasting the marshmallows, and then you have somebody just setting this up, and all they do is they just put it here, and then once the marshmallow is roasted, you put it on there, and then they grab the other graham cracker, slap it on the top, and wholesome goodness. Okay, so we're getting real close, and then we'll get to taste these s'mores. Okay, the fire's roaring pretty good right about now. Like I said, if you put your marshmallow in here in this flame, it's gonna light on fire pretty easy. So we don't necessarily want to do that, but let's go ahead and show what that looks like. Be careful with these too if you've never done this before. If you light them on fire and then you pull it out and it goes slinging off, these things can be a hot projectile, so be careful, you know, if you have them on fire. It doesn't take much for them to light on fire. I usually try to get kind of somewhere close to the embers rather than in the flame. This might be a little bit early still, but somewhere like right down in here. Oops. Oh. Okay. That's not bad though. But you want the marshmallow to get soft. If you just let it light on fire and pull it out, it'll still be cold on the inside. So you kind of want the whole thing to be mushy because it works better for the s'more. Okay. You can see it's getting pretty nice and brown. That's kind of what you want, that brown look there, not the burnt one, but the brown. And then you just kind of rotate it around, keeping it out of the flame again, kind of right down in a little pocket right there where it's nice and hot. Okay, looking good. We're getting close. Okay, I think that's about good. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this here. Let me turn it just a little bit. Okay, so then we just want to go ahead and put a graham cracker there, and we want to put a hunk of chocolate there, and then we want to have our other graham cracker, and then we just put it right on top, and then we put it there and we mush it. Careful of your pants, it kind of twists the stick as you pull it out. Okay, there we go. Awesome goodness. Okay, so you see this spot right here. This is where you want to be. You get over in the flames, it's going to start on fire. It's hot there, down there, so you can be right in here, right by those embers, right? And just kind of move it around. It'll keep it from catching on fire. It's starting to brown up. It's easy to get impatient though, because you're ready for your s'more, right? But if you just kind of keep it in that hot area, you can see it start to smoke. Okay, see how it's nice and brown? Ooh, that's looking good. Starting to smoke. Ooh. See, that's what we want, just like that. It's starting to puff up a little bit too. See, that's what you want. That's about as good as it gets. All right, so yeah, you get up here in these flames, it'll light it on fire. You want to stay in those embers, right in there. All right, so hopefully that gives you the confidence to build a fire. Dry wood, and you want to make sure the air is circulating good too. And so dry wood, kindling, and good circulation of air, and just kind of take your time. Don't smother it. If you smother it, like a lot of things, it's not good to smother things, right? So it needs air to breathe. So anyway, hope that gives you the confidence to try it for yourself. And you got this. I'm proud of you, and God bless you.